Hello everybody, it is me, Mr. Vince, and I hope you all have an amazing day today. And in this video, I'm going to do another top 5 most valuable spoilers video. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about the top 5 most valuable spoilers as of 2023. And I want to thank you guys for the amazing support on my previous top 5 most valuable spoilers video. It has nearly reached 10,000 views, so if you want to check it out, please feel free to click in the description below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. And also, I do want to apologize because I don't really know much about trading values anymore. So if I made a little mistake, please feel free to let me know in the comments. But let's go ahead and jump right into number 5. Alright, so coming in at the number 5 spot is the Snow Shovel Wing spoiler. This spoiler was added as part of Season 7 Ice Cold, and you had to reach level 7 with the Season Pass to get the spoiler. Now, this spoiler, I believe, costs about an M12 Molten, so this spoiler is actually pretty valuable in trading. So once again, I do apologize if I don't really know the values of these spoilers, because I haven't traded for these spoilers in a while, so yeah. But with that being said, this spoiler does look pretty good, and its design is not that bad. It was created by Leon, who also created the manga texture for Season 15, and honestly, I think this spoiler is alright. I mean, it's not the best spoiler, but it's not that bad. That's particularly the reason why this spoiler has pretty bad demand in the first place, because not a lot of people really like this spoiler in terms of design. I know it's pretty basic, but this spoiler is pretty underrated, and I think it deserves some extra love. But let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Alright, so coming in at the number 4 spot is the Tiki Torch spoiler. This spoiler was added as part of Season 4 Epic Adventures. And if you wanted to get this spoiler, you had to reach level 9 with the Season Pass. It was created by this guy named Nugat, and this spoiler actually does emit fire. And honestly, this is a pretty cool spoiler. Just like the Snow Shovel spoiler, this spoiler is also pretty underrated, and I believe it costs an M12 Molten. So this spoiler does look a little bit better in my opinion. This spoiler is not that good in demand either, because a lot of people don't really like the design of the spoiler. But yeah, this spoiler is no longer obtainable, but you can get it from trading. But let's go ahead and move on to number 3. Alright, so coming in at the number 3 spot is the Brickset spoiler. The Brickset spoiler was added in the 2018 fall update, and you had to redeem a Series 4 Inmate toy code to get this spoiler. It is still technically possible to get this spoiler today, but it is extremely hard to get a Series 4 Inmate toy code, as it can only be bought from resellers. But with that being said, this spoiler is pretty unique because it's more like a Lego type spoiler, and you can see why. I mean, we got the studs, and this spoiler is pretty good. Now, unlike the Snow Shovel and the Tiki Torch, this spoiler does have a bit of demand, but then again, not a lot of people really want this spoiler, but it could be mistaken. This is a pretty cool and iconic spoiler, and it is one of the few OG spoilers in Jailbreak. So this spoiler is not that bad, but let's go ahead and move on to number 2. So coming in at the number 2 spot is the 2 billion spoiler. The 2 billion spoiler was added as part of the 2 billion visits update back in November of 2018. If you wanted to get this spoiler, you had to get one from a vault safe. Yes, vault safes at the time had the 2 billion spoiler. So you had to buy a vault safe for 30,000 cash, and you had to be lucky enough to get the spoiler. This spoiler was only around for about a week, and it was no longer obtainable from vault saves after a miscellaneous update in 2018. This spoiler has very bad demand as of today, but it does look amazing. A YouTuber named Napkinate used to use this spoiler a lot, and I know that Hello It's Beachy also likes to use this spoiler sometimes, but for the most part, this is a pretty generic spoiler, and I rarely see anyone use this spoiler nowadays. And honestly, I like this better than the 3 billion spoiler. Although the 3 billion spoiler also looks pretty good and is very OG. But with that being said, this spoiler is almost worth 2 Brutalies, I believe. So this is a pretty good spoiler. And honestly, I would rather get this than some of the other spoilers. But let's go ahead and move on to the number 1 spoiler.
We were traveling mountains just to find the loudest seas.
So I am going to completely guarantee you guys already know this spoiler, just like in my last top 5 most valuable spoilers video. But of course, coming in at the number 1 spot is, you have guessed it, the Thruster spoiler. Yep, as of today, the Thruster spoiler still remains the most valuable spoiler as of today. That's right. This spoiler is worth a lot more now. It is worth almost an arachnid. Like, this spoiler is insane. It actually is the first ever animated spoiler and was added as part of Season 2. And I'm not talking about Season 2 OG, I am talking about Season 2 Out of This World. And this spoiler is pretty insane. If you wanted to get this spoiler, you had to reach level 9 with the Season Pass, and it was created by Asimo. This spoiler is incredible, and honestly, I like this spoiler a lot. But would I use it on a daily basis? No. But honestly, this is super cool. I mean, it definitely looks a lot better than some of the other spoilers. Anyway, that is all I got for this video. If you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe as well. And thank you guys once again for the amazing support on my previous top 5 most valuable spoilers video. I couldn't thank you guys enough. That video pretty much reached 10,000 views, and once again, please feel free to watch it in the description below. But as always, my name is Mr. Vince. I hope you all have an amazing day today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
We were traveling